and ring in the new year with a special live NHL doubleheader. Scores! The holidays have never looked brighter on NASN.
Well, that was a Jacksonville drive. As you draw it up, 84 yards, no single play longer than 13 yards. Garrard was 7 for 7 on that series. It's the second time the Colts have given up a drive over 11 minutes for a touchdown. We saw the other one in Carolina when the Panthers opened the game and then did virtually nothing else the rest of the day. JaJ rushing, just takes the touchback with the Colts up 14-7.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go pro.
Most of us will go pro in something other than sports.
In something other than sports. Go to ncaastudent.org to find out how.
Jim Nance, Phil Simms here in Indianapolis with the Colts offense sitting out for quite a while after that long, impressive drive put together by Jacksonville.
Pretty good numbers by Peyton Manning, considering he's been hit in 9 attempts. He's been hit 10 times.
Run it with a dive, hurtling past the line of scrimmage. Scampering for a quick 8. Here's the pressure you're talking about.
It's been rough right from the start, even when they're throwing screens, trying to find a way to get out of there, and he can't even do that. But big pass interference.
It's a die, and that doesn't go for very much.
And somehow Peyton Manning, really, it's almost like manufacturing 2 touchdown passes, and just goes back to what he said, Jim, and then he told us, just got to find a way to get it done. Got to be gritty, got to be tough. And as my old coach used to tell me, anybody, Sims, can drive a Cadillac, but can you drive that beat-up jalopy? And I'm not saying the Colts offense is a beat-up jalopy by no means, but it's missing parts, and you got to make it work when you have parts missing.
3rd and 1. Goes to Clark. Patience by Peyton, waiting for Clark to get open. With Sammy Knight giving chase to Clark. Goes for 8 and a first down.
Yeah, what a job by Peyton Manning and Dallas Clark. Watch Dallas Clark. Here he comes across. He's covered by Sammy Knight. But Dallas Clark keeps running full speed. Sammy Knight slows down just enough. Peyton Manning right on target.
Double time of possession for the Jags. Fueled by 83 yards on the ground. Really quick way to go back to Clark. That is beautifully defended by Brian Williams. No gain. But this whole story about missing parts in Indianapolis, you know, they know, for example, today, if they were to win this game against Jacksonville, it doesn't officially lock up the division. but it makes it almost impossible for the Jags to make it up. And now you change the whole way you approach the return of Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, there's Ryan Dean, right tackle out. But you're right, Jim. If they win, they get a chance not to rush players back because they won at least that number 2 seed.
Clark, good grab by Dallas. About a yard shy of the first. Another 3rd and 1 situation coming up. But they just have been, last week and 2 weeks ago here against Kansas City, just, winning and finding a way to get it done.
Yeah, I commended Tony Dungy. My theory is, boy, you got to be happy you fought through it. You're 9-2. He shot that theory down. No, we should be 11-0. He didn't care about the injuries.
3rd and 1, and great grab by Wayne for a first. And they have now converted their last 5 third downs.
This play, they throw a lot. But Brian Williams going for the interception. Since they're in the division, they see those quick under routes coming inside. Jacksonville knows it. They played it. Brian Williams just misses the interception.
So when you set it downs for Manning and the Colts from the 48. Sideline, throwing it away as Wayne was well guarded by Brian Williams. We've got the Sprint halftime report coming up shortly. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, and Coach Cower taking you through the first half highlights here on week 13.
Didn't you notice that I was telling Coach Dungy, I thought, boy, you've had these injuries and you're still 9-2, and thought, well, that's a pretty good theory, right? And I'm like 0 for the season in my theories.
Well, what disappointed them is that they had the 2 games that they lost. They both had fourth quarter leads or fourth quarter chances and opportunities to disappear. The missed field goal at the end of the San Diego game, the 10-point lead lost to New England. It's a dive. Blockers in front, including Hugo. And that's a good run. They'll probably take it down to the 2-minute warning. Goes for 9. So Colts come back. The offense, after sitting out for a while, watching Jacksonville drive at 84 yards. Colts trying to return the favor. We're at the 2-minute warning, and you're watching the NFL on CBS.
The hard-hitting action of American football continues on NASN, the home of the NFL. And this week we have an AFC North Division rivalry game. Tonight, Carson Palmer leads the Bengals into action against Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomorrow, the mighty New England Patriots continue their record run when they face the Ravens. Bengals Steelers live tonight. Patriots Ravens live tomorrow. The NFL on NASN.
In this jersey, I pledge to wreak havoc on my opponent's plus-minus.
To make one-timers happen way more than once.
I pledge that my team will scrap for every single point on the schedule.
In this jersey, I pledge that holes are only holes if they're open.
Shop.nhl.com presents the RBK Edge jersey. All 30 teams reinvented for more strength, more speed, more belief.
In this jersey, I pledge to play for the logo on the front, not the name on the back.
What do you pledge? Visit shop.nhl.com for your jersey.
We're playing San Diego. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. And puked in between. And that's when I knew it.
I felt like I was playing with little kids and I was a grown man, like Superman.
I ran the fastest 40 at the camp, and I was still 15 years old. So that's when I knew I was gonna be pretty good. Oh yeah.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on espn, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
And the Colts will come out of the 2-minute warning with their third 3rd-and-1 play of this drive. They've converted the other 2 on Manning throws, 1 to Clark, 1 to Reggie Wayne, just as they've scored 1 to Clark, 1 to Wayne in this game. We'll go out of the gun. And load up the right side, including a die and a slot to the right. Wayne turns around for it and makes the catch.
What a play does Reggie Wayne as he inbounds, as he makes the catch. 2 feet on the ground, possession of the football as he goes down. Tremendous coverage, but a better throw by Peyton Manning.
It's a die into a pile led by John Henderson. It's a loss of a yard.
You know, it's 3rd and a yard. That was an awfully tough play, wasn't it? Peyton Manning moving in the pocket, making that throw to the sideline to a covered receiver. But that's what it takes. It takes tremendous execution to have success against a good defense, which Jacksonville has.
That chemistry he has with Reggie is so evident on that one. The way Reggie came back, turned around for it, and had the balance and control, body control, to pick up the first. 2nd down and 11. And open is Gonzalez. Takes the first hit, keeps going. Inside the 5 and down to the 1. Broke away from Mathis initially. And the Colts don't have any reason to hurry here and leave any time in the quarter for Jacksonville. That goes for 22 yards.
Well, Peyton Manning, you got to realize, even though he doesn't scramble a lot, he is not afraid to move in that pocket. And they gave Anthony Gonzalez time to change his route and get away from Rashean Mathis.
Call a timeout now. Timeout Colts. No, actually call it by Jacksonville timeout.
NASN brings you unrivaled coverage of the best sports North America has to offer. Get the best seats in the house for the biggest games in the best leagues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch the NFL from preseason all the way to the playoffs with over 60 regular season games, the postseason, and live coverage of Super Bowl 42 from Phoenix. Get live coverage of every game of the World Series and don't miss an inning of the MLB regular season with up to 260 regular season games and the All-Star Game live. Experience the most comprehensive coverage of the NHL anywhere in Europe with over 200 live regular season games, the 2008 NHL All-Star Game, and the Stanley Cup Finals live. NASN takes you to pit lane in the high-octane world of NASCAR with live Busch Series racing and keeps you up to date with the Nextel Cup and Truck Series with daily episodes of NASCAR Now. Get courtside with the best conferences in NCAA college basketball with a packed schedule of games between the top teams and unrivaled coverage of March Madness. See the power and skill of the finest players in college football with full season and bowl series coverage, including all the BCS games, live. And with all your favorite news, highlights, and analysis shows, including PTI and Around the Horn, you won't miss a minute from any of your favorite sports all season long. Log on to NASN.com now and join the world of NASN, your leader in North American sports.
Well, when you play against the Colts and Peyton Manning, look, he'll step up in the pocket and move around. You don't throw for 40,000 yards without some movement in the pocket, but time down the field, that just timed out perfectly. That was the route by Anthony Gonzalez. Good job of selling it to the inside. That's why he was wide open going to the outside.
And with that pass, Peyton moves past Joe Montana on the NFL all-time pass yardage list into 9th position. Got 1st and goal with the die. Left side of his uniform, his pant leg is ripped. You get the handle, and he's going to be set back. Spicer coming up to drop him back 3 yards.
Paul Spicer, name you don't hear a lot, but boy, we heard his name when the Indianapolis Colts started talking about this Jacksonville defense. Gets up the field. Big tackle for loss there. Makes the Colts almost have to throw the football.
The 2nd and goal, 13th play of the drive. Manning, open. Gonzalez with a flag. Looks like they're going to call it against the rookie.
Pass interference, offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
First penalty of the game against Indianapolis.
The thought was really, it was smart. He has the position, but he extends that right arm, puts it on the back of Rashean Mathis, and gets the touchdown. And Peyton Manning, of course, he's upset because Anthony Gonzalez did not have to even use his arms. Rashean Mathis was going to be fooled. Peyton Manning takes a quick drop. You expect a quick pass, and then with a double move, that's why he was wide open.
It denies Gonzalez his first NFL touchdown, and Adai, no doubt, will be making a wardrobe change at halftime. 2nd and goal, back at the 14. A blitz through the back of the end zone. Peyton just unloading, and he was decked by Justin Durant. And the crowd here wanted roughing the quarterback.
Justin Durant coming around, clean shot at Peyton Manning, and he delivers a blow. As soon as Manning lets it go, that, of course, that is not even close to roughing the passer.
Well, another 3rd down situation. They've converted their last 6 via a pass by Manning, including 3 3rd-and-1s on this drive alone.
Jacksonville blitzes have been very, very good so far today.
With 11 seconds to go in the half. Manning to Clark. Over the shoulder catch. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Hold on, there is a flag.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense, number 29. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown toss. The 2nd grab for a score this game by Dallas Clark.
Oh, they changed the releases of the wide receivers, and the Jacksonville defenders get confused on who has who. And that's why Dallas Clark runs past 2 defenders wide open for the touchdown.
With just 6 seconds to go in the half. A masterful reply to the Jacksonville drive. Peyton with 3 touchdown passes today, and they're up 14.
Okay, what do we got?
For Reebok official NFL jerseys and much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
Play drive. All 3 of Manning's touchdown passes have come on 3rd down. That was 3rd and goal from the 14. The one to Wayne was 3rd and 16 when he hit him for 48 yards. We got the Sprint halftime report. Just a moment away. We'll be sending it back to New York for JB and all the gang with all the scores and highlights on the Sprint halftime report. And Terry keeps it on the ground. And no messing with that one by Derek Landry. Well, is there time for a Garrard heave here before the half?
I would think not. I think it's time for a kneel down. Don't even run the draw, because you never know.
Yep, I think you've got it. Yep. (21-7) lead at halftime for the Colts. Trying to all but put away the AFC South if they win it today. 21-7's the score. Back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the
Tradition, pride, teamwork, spirit.
He's something. 25-20, and he scores! Tigers win! Holy cow!
Heartbreak, glory. NCAA college football on NASN.
Scored 14 in that first quarter. The Jags put together an 11-minute drive to counter with a touchdown of their own. But some vicious hits as these two rivals, they know what a physical battle it's going to be when they tangle. There's the touchdown Jones-Drew for Jacksonville, but Manning right before the half finds Clark again. Third quarter coming up on CBS. First quarter here with 3 challenges, and then all of a sudden the second quarter just zoomed along. The long drive by Jacksonville with the touchdown, and then Peyton and the Colts coming right back with a long drive of their own. What about the 2 touchdowns to Dallas Clark that you saw?
Well, I'm just going to say this. Enough poor mouthing the Indianapolis Colts offense. They did a tremendous job in the first half. When the plays were there to be made, Peyton Manning made the throws down the field. The receivers getting open against what I think are some very good cover corners by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And there are your first half numbers. Jacksonville establishing the run on that one drive that saw 11 minutes elapse.
I'll tell you something else too, Jim. Third down conversions, maybe an overrated stat in the NFL, but today for the Indianapolis Colts, it's the reason why they're winning 21-7 at half.
Yeah, again, all 3 of Manning's touchdown passes coming on third down, 2 of them long situations. You see Starks back deep, waiting for the return. It's not Jones-Drew. And at the 10, he comes out just across the 30.
Couple times in the first half, watch what the Indianapolis Colts do. They cross the receivers. It's enough to create a little space where Dallas Clark gets a touchdown on the second touchdown right before halftime. Just confusion in the secondary of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And again, all you need is a little opening in the NFL for the quarterback and receivers to make it happen, and especially when it's Dallas Clark and Peyton Manning.
So again, enjoy the second half here in high definition as we see Jacksonville run it straight ahead. And Taylor still running hard in his 10th year. And we've seen some moves today by Fred Taylor. You just never would have imagined that this many years in the league, he still has fresh legs like that.
It really helps them too that they drafted Maurice Jones-Drew, so you got that tandem going, you can rest him. But Fred Taylor, I was getting ready for the game. It's hard to believe, for all the success he's had, he has not been to a Pro Bowl either.
Well, with that last carry, he just moved past your old teammate Otis Anderson into the 20th position all-time rusher in the NFL history. Here he goes. It's Taylor inside the 50 and barreling down to the 43. Yeah, Otis Anderson was just overtaken on the previous play. You know, he was lamenting to some of our crew this week, if you just would have given him a few more carries, we wouldn't be talking about this today.
That's right, but yeah. O.J. Anderson, he could he'd deliver a blow, that's for sure. He could run it up in there, big running back. Fred Taylor, different style, powerful, but it's about his speed and how he can make 5-yard runs into 20 and 30-yard runs.
Imagine that, 20th all-time now in the history of the league, and as you said, never made a Pro Bowl. They fake to Taylor. Gerard wanting to go long, now being chased by Hagler, who takes him down. That's a sack for Taiwan Hagler, back in action again after sitting out 4 games with a pinched nerve in his neck.
You know, it's interesting, when we were talking to Raheem Brock of the Indianapolis Colts defensive lineman, I said, you know, this David Gerard's pretty mobile. And he goes, yeah. So they don't matter. Coverage sack down the field, nobody open. That's why David Gerard runs it. But the Indianapolis Colts do not worry about quarterbacks getting outside the pocket, because they know they're fast enough to react and get the quarterback before he can pick up big yardage.
Gwen Pitcock, by the way, on that defensive line for Raheem Brock, shaken up in the first half. And Gerard, open man, it's Williams. And Bob Sanders trips him up, but not until they have another first down. That goes for 22 yards.
Well, you can see the strength of David Gerard's arm. Short receiver to the outside, so there's space between the corner and the safety, and just a laser in between the defenders. And what that does, the strong arm by David Gerard, it gives to Williams time to catch the football, make a move, and pick up extra yards.
And Gerard, only 1 misfire today, 10 out of 11. That's when he was being chased out of the pocket. Came up short on the pass to Reggie Williams. He's hit his last 8. And he hands it back to Taylor. Again, could have been tackled for a loss. He's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards out of this. More history on Taylor. 10 years in the league. Came out of the same draft as Peyton Manning. Peyton, the 1st overall selection. Taylor was the 9th.
Wow.
So, we're products of the same draft class.
Pretty good draft class, you're right, but you said it, the speed, Jim. Watch it this time. Hagler, then look at the defenders chasing him from behind, and he knows it, fast enough to get outside to get away from them, and then make moves, and smart enough to know to go forward, get down, and get those yards.
It's a 2nd and 5. Back into the red zone. Gerard to the end zone. Man was open. And that was Reggie Williams making a diving attempt. And he is in pain.
Nice move by Reggie Williams. David Gerard trying to be safe with the football. Didn't realize how wide open Reggie Williams was, and he stays on the ground.
His head really took a nasty hit right here.
Oh, right.
Injury timeout.
The hard-hitting action of American football continues on NASN, the home of the NFL. And this week we have an AFC North Division rivalry game. Tonight, Carson Palmer leads the Bengals into action against Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomorrow, the mighty New England Patriots continue their record run when they face the Ravens. Bengals Steelers live tonight. Patriots Ravens live tomorrow. The NFL on NASN.
Williams shaken up and was very wobbly coming to the sideline. And din of all of this, you could still hear it. He's replaced by Matt Jones. Jacksonville looking for a little bit of Indianapolis's third down magic. Third down, needing to get to the 13 for a first. Across the middle. And the forward progress will be enough for the first down. That's Dennis Northcutt. His first catch goes for 6 and a first down.
A lot of teams that play the Colts, when they throw the football, they hit a high percentage of their passes. But they're going to make you throw it into some tight spots. Just like that throw from David Garrard to Dennis Northcutt. You know you're going to catch a lot of them over the middle. And when you catch it, don't think about running. Catch it and secure the football because they're going to hit you.
Now positioned at the 12 with Jones-Drew in the backfield. He'll get the handle and try to get outside. That was Hagler that first got a hold of the jersey, and then Thomas was able to catch up to the play and knock him down for a 2-yard loss.
You're right. Hagler grabbing the jersey just pulls Maurice Jones-Drew backward, and then, as we've said so many times, once you hesitate running the football, you know other defenders are going to come there and hit you.
We're hearing that from the Jacksonville bench, they think Williams could return in this game. 2nd and 12. And a little end around they go with. It's Northcutt. And Marlon Jackson and Antoine Bethea come up and just hold them to a 4-yard gain.
It looks like they're just going to fool the defense, but watch Antoine Bethea. Look at his space. He recognizes it right up to the line of scrimmage, and after fooling everybody in the defense but maybe 2 guys, you're lucky to pick up a couple yards.
In fact, Williams returns. That's surprising. He's back out there that quickly. He's a big target, though, here in the red zone on 3rd and 8. To the goal line, and just outside of it, that's Northcutt. Now where do they make the spot?
Well, after watching other games, forward progress should be right at the goal line.
I don't think it's going to be given that. They're spotting it outside at the 3.
There's forward progress. And they're talking about it. The fact that maybe when he was driven back, he regained his balance and tried to run.
Then he had to get inside of the 3 for a first down. Rio already fuming about a spot in the first half he didn't feel went his way. So stretch it out. It's going to be short by a football. Now what do we do? He's going to keep the offense out there, bring in a little reinforcement.